Authentic content. Boys, is it just me or is your feed just never full of authentic content, bro? I don't use these social media sites, but every now and again I'll use like YouTube. I have peeked my head into the TikToks. And maybe it's algorithm based, bro. But I don't know. I think people are it's all meta now, right? Where it's like you pop in and you're like, you'll never guess these top 5 things that you would have never known about this celebrity, or just like garbage like that, just garbage content just to fill. Is that what brain rot is? I feel like brain rot's a lot of things, man. But dude, I miss the days when it was just like a guy talking, man. I grew up in the YouTube days when it was like the COD wave, so there was like a lot of Call of Duty commentators and whatnot, and a lot of times they were either talking about the game, right? But the ones I liked were the ones where they were like telling stories or just sharing their opinions on life and certain things. And man, I miss those days. And I'm sure there's some out there, man, but I don't even know what to look for to, like, what do you type in to find that anymore? Like, the algorithm's flooded with, what's going to get the most kids to click on this, right? So it's like all these quick edit videos of like, I spent $1 million in Cuba and this is what I learned, and it's a bunch of quick edits. It's that Mr. Beast effect, I suppose. Get your bag. But I just feel like that's what all this content is nowadays. Back in the day, let me paint the picture. Back in the day, 2008, 2010, it kind of just seemed like people were kind of just showing up being them, dude. Like, I didn't watch any of those like older vlog channels where it was like someone in their room or whatever, and they have like an emo haircut, and they're just talking about whatever they're talking about. I don't know. That wasn't for me. It wasn't the market for me. I like the faceless guys who would just talk over some Call of Duty commentary. I guess that was just my market, I suppose. And it was like little podcasts for me in a sense. Like, podcasts were kind of just starting out. Like, there was maybe a couple. Like, JRE's been around forever, and like obviously radio shows before them, but I was a little too young to get into anything radio like that. And then like PKA, which I still listen to this day, probably because I do find it pretty authentic. Like, I know they know what they're doing, but I feel like their personalities are decently authentic. Majority. The only reason to say decently is because you got to play it up a little bit, I suppose. If you're talking for 4 hours every week, I suppose, right? Play it up a little bit. Give some hot takes. I don't know, but man, I kind of miss. I guess I need to just go search for things like that. I know there's channels that exist like this. Like, sometimes I like a channel if it's like an older man in his backyard talking about, I don't know, the Bible or something, just like whatever. But dude, it just feels like everything's so like meta now. It's like tier lists, icebergs, you know, like no, and maybe I don't know. Maybe we're in a time era, which is weird. I was gonna say maybe we're in an era where people don't care about opinions, but that can't be true. Maybe we're supplemented with opinions through like comment sections. Maybe that's why people don't care about it anymore. Potentially, I don't know. Hot take, potentially. I think majority of comments are fake. I think they're bots, bro, on like blown up videos. Not all of them, but I think a majority of comments are bots, and it makes that so like normal people start commenting as well, because a lot of people, they got to follow the herd, man. No one's going to be that first guy unless you are, which God bless you, man. We need more leaders instead of these followers, man. But that's a different theory, different topic for another day. The dead internet theory is the name, I guess, for that, which I think it checks out, man. But that's a different topic. I just find it like authenticity, man. I just find that like kind of gone, dude. I think everything's like meta now. Like, what's successful? Let's do that until that's dead, and then we'll follow whatever broke free from that. Now we'll all follow that, and maybe that's human nature, dude. But I feel like it's in literally every industry, like music, anything creative that gets big, that gets pushed, because there are like some very weird projects out there, which is fun, and definitely some like interesting artists out there that do their own thing. But what gets pushed, and maybe it's just like, the most palpable content or whatever will get pushed more just because the mass majority can relate to it, right? So it's almost just like that needs to happen or will only be that way. But dude, like, I can never be a guy who scrolls like short videos, bro. Like reels or like TikToks and whatnot. I honestly feel that's for like, I don't know. I was going to be a little mean, but maybe that's like escapism, like quick little bite-sized content for your brain, I guess. But it's mainly just watching a picture move, right? Like, are you even taking in the content, taking in the information? I mean, half the information is probably not that important anyway. It's probably like relatable meme content, right? Oh man, we're cooked. Dude, dude, even podcasts. I honestly feel like podcasts kind of just follow like this formula nowadays too, man. Maybe there's some out there that I haven't found, but you guys get what I'm saying? It feels like everything's just like kind of a show, which I get it. It's entertainment. It's supposed to be a little larger than life, I suppose. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just hungry for some authentic, genuine conversation, man. And maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting. That's why I started this channel. You know, I was like, the only way I can really do this without feeling icky about myself is it's got to be real, man. And what's the realest thing for me right now? It's just talking, venting, yapping about life, dude, and what I'm thinking. And, you know, could play the game, but it is what it is, man. I kind of believe in, I call it the true ending, where if you're genuine and you're like yourself, things will fall into place as they should be for you specifically. You know, the last thing I would want to do is like see something and then try to copy it, like emulate it, and then expect similar results when it's already been done before. I was like, I don't know. But maybe you can argue that with like everything, I suppose, right? So I guess it depends on like what your uh, like goal is. You know, what's your? I can't think of the word right now, man. My brain is foggy. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I've been thinking, man, because like I feel like people in person sometimes aren't authentic or genuine. A lot of times, coworkers, you know, even like buddies. It sometimes feels like we're putting on like a show. Sometimes not. Like one on ones, I do sometimes feel like one on ones really lift the veil for conversation. You can really get into the sauce with someone, I've noticed, which I enjoy. I enjoy that a lot. But groups, man, groups of people. Some about groups, man, it's like we start playing a show for each other. And if you don't vibe with that, like, you know, you gotta exit, I suppose. So I guess I don't know. I guess I'm venting because it's like, man, I feel like people in person aren't authentic. So it's like, all right, maybe I can find someone who is authentic to listen to. You're like, bro, this guy's playing a character. Or it's like, bro, this guy is just regurgitating, you know, what we already know. It's like, I want to hear it from like the heart, bro. I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm thinking like, man, it's even lonely online, bro. It's even lonely online. Like, I don't even know what to listen to nowadays. Like sometimes I'll like listen to books. Right now I'm not really in the mood. And I don't know, maybe I need some podcasts to listen to. I've actually been listening to some like old PKA, dude. I was listening to the old ones. And actually the old ones actually felt like they were trying to put on more of a show than it is nowadays. You know, it kind of felt like they were leaning more into, I don't know, gamer talk and stuff like that in a sense. Actually it feels more authentic nowadays, which is interesting now that I say that out loud. Best podcast, bro. Best podcast for bros. It just seems like they're just talking. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe I should listen to that Shane Gillis podcast. I heard that one's good for bros. But dude, JRE. I used to listen to JRE back in the day, especially when I was working in an office, dude, because they're like pretty long and you know you can get some interesting information. But man, I don't know. Maybe I'd be curious if you guys are like this too. That pod just doesn't hit the same anymore, man. Kind of feels like Joe's got to tiptoe around some topics, which isn't fun. That doesn't feel genuine to me. And, you know, it makes sense. If you get that popular, that big, there's probably some targets on your back. You probably got brought into the back like of some room, right? And they're like, hey, you can't talk about this, can't, you know, theorize about this, can't question this. Otherwise, you know, we're gonna show those tapes of you at the island, bro. You know, it's probably stuff like that. I actually do think there is a thing with that. With anyone who has a huge following, I do think you get talked to. It's like, hey, you can't talk about this stuff. I do think you get compromised. I don't even think that's like a conspiracy, bro. I think that's just the way it goes. Because if you have the influence of potentially millions of people, dude, like you'd be like a king, a martyr back in the day. They can't have that. You could start your own militia. They can't have that, bro. They can't have you changing the mindset of people. That's why I think like these huge popular people, bro, they just give you such watered down points or opinions. I don't even think it's opinions. It's just regurgitated news. It's like they all get a script. I don't know, dude. Maybe I need to just peek my head in more. I know there are some like small Twitch streamers that I've popped in. I'm like, oh, this guy's playing like a PS2 game, and there's like 40 people in here. This feels genuine. So it is the small stuff. I guess I just wish it was bigger, man. But I guess you get compromised when you get bigger. So I don't know. I just think there's too much brain rot out there, dude. Like, oh man, I don't even know where to begin with it. I actually feel like I could go down a whole spiel about it, but it's just where's the authenticity, bro? Like I don't feel like there's actual like characters anymore. Maybe the code's already been done. There's no more new code. Or maybe people are afraid to be themselves, man. I feel like that's a thing too. People are afraid to like share what they actually think. And maybe they do it behind a mask, behind a comment section because what they truly think is like negative, I guess. I don't know, man. If you guys know anyone, link me some stuff. I have seen a channel recently. It's like a Mari X Games. God bless that guy. That guy seems like a bro, like a homie, just a normal dude. And he does commentary videos too. And I was like, bro, sweet. There might be a market for this, or an audience, or like people around the same similar wavelength of just wanting to kind of talk about life, or just without sugarcoating it, just being real, man. And I don't know, dude. Maybe I do feel like the pendulum will swing. Maybe it already has, man. Maybe I'm just blind to it. But I don't think you'll catch me watching some short content, man. I hope the algorithm, maybe because we know our phones listen to us, maybe my phone will hear me right now and it'll like show me some videos that have like 20 views, 200 views. And it'll just be a guy talking about life. And I'll be like, bro, I feel this guy. Let's go. He's not trying to, it's not all for profit. Hopefully he makes money, but like it's not all for profit. It's not like that content that's clearly just a business model. Like, oh, the World War II iceberg. Yes, interesting. I will give you that. I'm clicking on it. I'm going to listen to it as I play Assassin's Creed, sure. But, like, who's the guy behind this? And maybe that's not what the channel's for. Maybe that's not. Maybe some people don't even like expressing themselves, Maybe I'm projecting. Like, maybe some people just, they don't have anything to say. And they love a thing, and they just want to talk about that thing. Which I think is cool. I actually find that kind of authentic. You know what I clicked on the other day? Because I've been kind of looking for some channels and stuff. There was this channel, well, it still exists, Metal Jesus Rocks, bro. The guy, he just collects video games, essentially. He loves metal, he loves video games, and he's been traveling. So I watched his vlogs on going to like Norway. And I was like, bro, this guy seems chill. Just like he doesn't really give like much of his opinion. He does a little bit, I guess. But he just seems like a normal dude in a way. I'm sure he gets off the walls if he likes metal, video games, and booze, bro. I'm sure that's, bro, homie. Straight homie right there. So I guess there's some stuff out there, and he gets pretty good views. So maybe I just need to look more, I guess, and instead of going and like, oh, what's trending, because sometimes I'll click on the trending tab, and I'm like, bro, I know this stuff is like mainly for kids, but like, I guess that's what it is, right? Kids, because kids, you can trick a kid to watching like a 2 hour long video of Minecraft. Oh, bro. Yo, how many of you guys, or people do you know, make like Minecraft shorts? Not gonna lie, bro, it's crossed my mind. Sometimes the devil talks in my ear and is like, bro, you could make a for profit account where you just do some garbage brain rot content for kids. I don't know, man. I feel like that's just like not the energy I want to be putting out there. We'll see, man. If I do start doing that, I'll let you guys like know. I'll let you know for sure because I'm sure I'll be talking about it if it's on my mind. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like we're in an epidemic of authenticity or an epidemic of the algorithm of not pushing that stuff, I guess, which is probably more the case. Probably more the case. But I don't know. Just want to talk about it, man. If there's anything, just be yourself, man. Be real, be genuine, And if you're genuinely horrible, work on yourself. For real. And let's get our true ending, man. Let's do what we actually, what's real. What's real, man? I just feel like everything's so fake, especially with AI, bro. Actually, yo, authenticity might be coming back with AI coming out. Because who can, you guys watch this AI content? I've seen some AI parodies of like Star Wars Episode 3, but it's a musical. And not gonna lie, that did make me smile. It did make me smile. So there's a place for it. But dude, all this AI voice stuff, like if you click on a video and it's like AI voice telling you about like Gnostic Christianity, and it's like sick. I'm still gonna listen to it, but man, I wish this was like a guy just talking. I don't care if his camera's on. I don't care. I like that sound of a voice, like a dude talking. But man, I don't know. Maybe this is just where we got, because now I'm thinking a lot of people like cut out little ums or pauses in their voice too, which I guess like keeps retention. I find it a little uncanny when people do that. I'm thinking of like back in the day when I was listening to videos and it was just like all these cuts. Which that exists nowadays for sure, probably even more so. I don't know, man. As always, it's probably just me, man. Probably just me, but it is what it is, man. I'm just talking. You know, I don't hate it. I find that you can't hate what you understand. I do feel like I understand it. I just wish it was a little different, man. I just wish we were a little more real here. But I don't know, man. I just feel like we're all playing pretend. I feel like we're playing pretend and ignoring like the real issues here. So even me talking about this is not a real issue at all. Maybe a slight one if you think being real has a has an effect on behavior, which I do. So, but very small ball considering you know economic collapse and wars. Oh well, we'll make it. Maybe. If not, who cares? This ends eventually, so there's a positive. But anyway, boys, thanks for listening to me talk. I just started talking. That's what came out, man. And appreciate you listening. Take care. Make sure to do something for yourself today. Make sure to do something for someone else today. We got this, bro. Take care.